shadows where the whispers dwell, always trying to unring the bell. The red road calls a path less known, with haunted streets where the eerie winds moan. Creatures lurking just beyond the light, not just tales spun to frighten the night. The masquerade of ghosts, they walk along in this gritty realm. We're all too young. Take the red road, let the spirits unfold. Follow Rez Scotty, let the mysteries be told. Through the dark we'll weave into the unknown. With each step we take, closer to home.
Hey everybody, welcome to another night of Red Road Paranormal here on the All Access Network. Tonight I got a kind of interesting show planned here for you guys. I have two friends from the southern part of the state of Wisconsin here, Mad City Ghostbusters team, Miss Gail Burkle and the amazing Scotty Rourke. Can you bring them up, please?
Bring me up where? Bring me up, Scotty.
Beam me up! Beam me up!
Jay doing the good there.
How we all doing tonight, guys?
Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Awesome. So let's jump right into this here. So, what got y'all into the paranormal, first off?
My mom, she born me.
Yeah. Kind of like me from birth.
And I was born a medium, so I've had the gifts all my life, so I don't know how else I could say it, other than my mom born me. That's really it. Hey, guys.
So hey, already got chat starting there. So what about you, Gail?
Kind of the same as Scotty. Born into a long line of healers and divination folk. And so it was just normal. It wasn't until I met Scotty that I had to put names to everything and, admit to what I was doing. So,
right.
Yeah.
I get that one. I know those that know me know that as a child, yes, I was a medium, but my parents kind of had me folded back up so I'd have a normal childhood. So now, were you guys' abilities embraced from the start, or was it kind of like hush, hush, don't tell no one, keep it to yourself type deal?
I was the only one in my family that has the gift, so it was weird. And the kids in school were always making fun of me, and it took on hey, buddy.
Hey, Michael.
So they would make fun of me dramatically during school. I mean, that was the toughest part of me, is because I thought it was there, so I go to school and said, hey, your grandpa was there tonight. They go, how'd you talk to my grandpa? Because he's dead. I said, no, he's not. I talked to him about your new bike. And I would tell them about their bike, and they go, how do you know I just got the bike yesterday? Yeah, I kind of know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went on for years that way. I mean, I was made fun of for years. It's kind of funny now. I go back to my class reunions after almost 40 years now, and I'm like the center of the class reunions because everybody wants to talk ghosts now. So all the kids that made fun of me all those times, it was really bad. So, it was tough. So no, it wasn't embraced, and I didn't have anybody to turn to, and we didn't have a thing called the internet back then. So nobody knew what we were doing. There was no books on it. There's very few books, very few people on it. So it wasn't until I got into college where where Ghostbusters came out, and that's why I wear Ghostbusters all the time. But Ghostbusters came out in the 80s, and it was exactly what I did. And I saw a full body apparition at school. Went to University of Wisconsin at Oshkosh, and I was there. And one day I saw an apparition in one of the rooms. I came out screaming. All the kids from all the classes came out and wondered what was going on. And I told everybody I saw ghosts again. But now it was the 80s, and now it was a little bit cooler because Ghostbusters was out. And I got plenty of dates then, so that's why I kept doing it now, just for the girls. So I got date after date in college. It was like everybody wanted to do so.
Mike's got a question here. Yes, I did have a beeper. I've had several of them.
Yeah.
I remember them.
I had a cell phone that was about this big.
The old brick?
Yeah.
I had one of them for work when I first started doing auto glass years ago, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I remember them. Never had to worry about a bag phone though.
No, I didn't either. I remember I was store manager at Best Buy, and I had a cell phone that was about this big.
Oh,
It was a Motorola one, was about this big, flip.
you know,
No.
yeah,
That
they
was the
tried
day
to.
when we were going down in size phones again, and now
Yeah,
they're going back up again. So
right. Yeah, I remember that. For you kids watching, we went from cell phones like this to cell phones like this to what you have now in your hand.
right.
Oh, and we went through flip phones, hard phones, all kinds of different
We're
technology.
talking about how doing this show here is amazing, because when I started doing it back in 2008, there was no such thing as video. We didn't do
Right.
video back then. We did audio, and we did more radio stations, and we were doing taped shows before they even called podcasts. So
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
knew what a podcast was because it wasn't even made yet.
Yep, I was always told I had a face for radio, but for some reason they keep putting me on the screen. You know. So more about you, Gail. What about you? Were you embraced as a child with this?
My world was not nearly as exciting as Scotty's.
He's frozen.
My my strongest gift is claircognizant. So basically, I was just a know-it-all, and so people would come to me, ask me questions, and most of the time I was right. And so, for me, it really wasn't anything unusual, and I don't believe it was in my family either. Like I said, my grandmother was a dowser, and so everybody came to her, and with her willow whips and all that kind of stuff, and she would find the wells and all that stuff. So she was practicing the old arts, and it nobody really embraced the gift because it wasn't a gift. It was just life, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
Oh yeah.
So, like we didn't really understand that it was anything funky. You just knew it. And so, like, you would get that creepy crawly feeling knowing that somebody was like up to something or was going to call you or something. And sure enough, within the hour, they would call you. And that was just something that trailed through the family. Nobody suppressed it. Nobody, said anything weird about it. And so it's not like we ever trumpeted it. And nobody really said anything. They just came to us with questions. And so my great grandmother was more of a healer, the poultices and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, my grandmother was the dowser. And so my mom got shuffled off to Catholic boarding school, and then there was me. So, yeah.
Okay.
And so I just always loved the paranormal. And we lived in our ancestral home. And so we always knew that we were protected there and knew that they were floating around and things like that. And then years passed as Scotty and I were like avoiding each other, like for decades, literally. And then I finally found him
Why?
around.
Why would you guys avoid each other? You're so cute together.
Um, Around COVID, we finally found each other.
Okay.
But this is hilarious. Like the first day that we met, we just clicked. In fact, Scotty decided at the very end of the night to almost irritate everybody in the room because he like nailed every single story that we were investigating at that time. And without any prompting, like I'd followed him around the entire theater the whole night. But any case, at the very, very end, he like wrapped it all up, and then from across the room he goes, "And that's my new best friend." And like everyone's looking at us like, "Oh, okay."
Nice.
And
Very
so we've
cool.
been
Yeah,
kind
no, I don't research, and no, neither does Gail. I mean, that's not what we
Nope.
do.
I prefer to walk in cold every time.
Yep.
in
You
that
know.
particular case, I had to do research. We
Oh yeah,
were,
you already knew the place. I didn't know the
yeah,
place when we were in. It was what was it? The Riverside Theater
Riverside
in
Theater in
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee. Yeah, and
Okay.
it was
and we were
COVID.
doing
It
shows at
was,
COVID and doing
yeah.
ghost hunts for them and stuff. But
So
yeah,
I
I
knew
never learned about the site. Most people take me in, and I don't even know. I mean, the first time I met Tim Miley,
Mhm.
do you know Tim?
Nope.
I'll have to
Yeah.
introduce you to him. anyway, the first night I met him, he took me to this investigation that we ended up. It was a pretty big one, but I drove with him, and I was like, he drove me out in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get killed tonight. But we're best friends since. But you know what I mean. So,
Right.
but it's weird because I just follow people. I just go and then they go. I mean, when I did Children of the Grave 2 with the Booth brothers,
Yep.
that movie, when I did that, they only told me be at this coordinates. They didn't even give me the city or anything.
Yep.
Back then they said go be at these coordinates at 1:00, and I was there and I was waiting for them. And then they told me come down the street. And I drove down the street. As soon as I got at the location, they put a mic on me, a camera, and said, "Tell us about that building." So the more you do that, the better it is because you're going to get your true reactions from it.
Yep.
And the other thing is, I always like not doing any of the things. Hi, Greg. We're going to be on Greg's show Friday night, by the way. So
Really?
yeah.
Awesome.
Greg's show Friday night. But the more we can do without knowing, the better it is, and it's also better for the people that come and see us or investigate with us. We don't want them knowing all the features of the place, because then it's always good to have one, I guess, so you can know that if you're hitting things correctly. But
Yes, but you've ghosted me ever since, Michael.
Fair. Yeah, I don't like to know about anything I'm going ahead of time, especially if I'm going to investigate. Personally, when I do a tour for someplace, I like to walk through first before I go with anybody, so I know if I'm, getting into any of the thickness there with anything, and so I can better be prepared for those that I'm working with or giving a tour through. But for the most part, I'd rather go in completely blind, cold, not knowing, and seeing what I pick up.
right, yep.
I joke that I hold the bail money for Scotty, but it's no joke when you're investigating with that man. Seriously. His mode of operation is if it's not locked, he's going through it.
Not everything in this world is truly locked either. There's keys for anything, even if you think it's locked.
Yes. But I've wound up in places where I'm like, okay, this can't be good, and you're going to fall off the roof. So this way, please.
We've done that. We've come that close.
Scotty, we'd get along great in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that right now. There's a reason why we've been drawn together.
Yeah. If there's a door, I'm going in.
Right.
If there's a wall, I'm going in. I mean, I'll go into anything. So.
What's up, Brandon? So definitely.
And to be equally annoying, he also likes to run ahead of you and then stand around the corner with a flashlight under his face to try to scare you.
I'll do that, yes.
Yeah. Dude, shouldn't have warned me. I would have liked the guy got that one out of nowhere. Now I know what to look for. Happen. So sometimes I'll try to sneak up behind you and just tap you in the shoulder and stand there. You feel the big, huge presence of someone behind you. You don't want to turn around, and then you get tapped on the shoulder. Makes it kind of nice in a haunted house.
Nice.
Yeah. I stand 6 foot, 300 pounds all day long. So, and then my energy is way huge, bigger than that. So, get me in a dark spot. I'll play with you a little bit.
Nice.
Yes, Teresa, I will be up there. I'm coming. I just don't know when yet. Teresa Randolph has some spots up in northern Michigan she wants me to come check out and investigate. Both do some Bigfooting and some paranormal research.
Nice.
Hey, Kimmy. As hardest part, she's like 4 hours further north than me. Oh, that's Polish shoe slapper. Oh, that guy. Gotta love him.
Michael.
Yep. Gail's out at the lake. She's a millionaire. She can do that. Just pop in wherever she wants. She flew in today, right? You just flew out there today to do the show for us.
No, her house is right down the street from there, so
yeah,
not that far away.
No, if that was the case, we'd see ice and snow. She's somewhere warm. I can tell by the water behind her; it's flowing.
It's Port Washington in the summer.
Right.
Oh, okay.
No, that really is my my lighthouse.
Nice.
No.
Man, I don't know what the heck's up tonight.
You just like coughed a ghost into
Yeah,
appearance.
existence. Here comes Ghost.
Yeah, it keeps popping in and out. It'd be nice if you wanted to hang out and join the conversation, but
No,
kind of rude just to blip in and out. So now, cracking me up there. So you're part of the spiritualist religion now, right, Scott?
Yep, I've been for quite a few years, so I'm definitely into that. So,
You part underneath the independent, the national.
I'm independent now. I used to be a part of the national.
Okay. Because I'm also a part of the Independent Spiritual Association down through Chicago.
Yeah.
Through the church down there, actually in Cicero.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We unfortunately we had to close ours here because our pastor was having some issues with, or her husband was having issues really. So she needed to take care of them, and then we retired to national.
Yeah, I've heard different things, different opinions. So
I'll just give you my quick one on the spiritualist faith. The problem was in the services where they ended up trying to define what you could tell and what you couldn't tell. They wanted you to do 5 things about the person before you could give the message, and that's ridiculous.
I've never heard anything like that. That is.
Yep. It was all about the validation was more important than the message.
No, the message is what's important.
Correct. That's exactly what it was. And that's why we all stopped it as a church. We all didn't want to do that anymore because that's all they wanted to do. And before you could get anything or any of your validations and stuff, you had to get 5. 5. I'm just like, that's way too many.
Yeah.
Especially when you knew right away. Okay, so when I give readings, I can give right away. I know who it is. I see the person that's with me. So I give the reading right away. I know exactly who it is. So I say, your grandpa's here with me, and your grandpa looks like this. That should be enough.
Oh, definitely.
Right there should be enough, but it wasn't for NSAC.
Okay.
They wanted more.
Yeah,
so that's why we left. So.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that one. Even those that second guess themselves like I do, I'm not going to be able to give you 5 validations before I start. Because by the time I give you 5, then I go start the reading, I'm going to forget half of what they've already talked in my ear and told me.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing that we could talk about. But the biggest thing for me is that has changed throughout my career. Right, if that's what you want to call it, or through my growth or whatever it is, I don't listen to spirit anymore.
Yeah.
Spirit just talks right through me. So it's a lot different thing. Ever since I did ayahuasca.
Yep.
And after I did that, I was Mother Ayahuasca has joined my spirit team.
Okay.
So with her, she's come in, and because I used to be a shaman in her previous life.
All right.
So when I took my ayahuasca, she said, "Welcome home" to me, and I felt so comfortable because I was home with her. And now she's with me all the time. And ever since then, my readings changed too, because before I would always have to listen to the spirit and then give you the message. Now I just let them go. So I do a lot. I guess you call it more channeling now.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
you're allowing them to channel through you, become more of a vessel.
Right. And the benefit to that, and everybody that's listening, is when you channel, you have to be protected.
Yep.
Everything. So that's the biggest thing, So if you're not protected, don't channel. I'm just going to say that out loud. A lot of people think that that's a cool thing to do. It's not if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
If you're not protected, you don't have the spirits around you. I have a whole spirit team around me that protects me at any time I do a reading. So
Well,
Steve, Grizz, and Mother, and Dad, and all my team will protect me, and I don't even have to worry anymore because they're right there. They always have me, and if I channel, great, here it comes. But we're protected.
well, like you, yes, you have a team. And I'll say everybody has a team. But what's
Yep.
different is you actually know who your team is and you actually talk to them
Yes.
instead of like basically blindly letting your whole spirit team work for you without ever saying anything. And I think that's where a lot of people operate. It's like, yeah, I know I've got a guardian angel, and so they'll take care of me. Or I've heard my team will take care of whatever evil presence I bring through, and I bring them here so they can collect them and get rid of them, kind of things. But if you don't know who it is that has your back, that's just as dangerous as, like, I don't know, calling in
Yep.
the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know personally, two of my guides, they've given me names. I know I have a bunch of family members that walk with me, and I know that there's a bunch of natives from my heritage and the fact of what I do when I've gone to these different locations who have followed me from that point on.
Hmm.
So I know I'm well protected. I know there are a few of them I can call out by name, but that is it. And I'm constantly trying to bring that more to myself
Yeah.
to get to know them better so I can advance my abilities and be able to become able to help more. Because I believe that all mediums are healers.
We are.
What and that's a big thing where a lot of people don't see that connection.
We're also talking. I mean, all my team has specific things they do. Each one is Steve does certain things. Everybody does certain things, and so I know that if I'm doing something, they're there to protect me in that thing, so we can do exactly what I need to do. And that's why it doesn't take me any time to get going. I just say, "Are we ready to go?" And the team goes, "Yep," and here we go. And that's why I can tune into something. I can get the names. I know who's there. I mean, that's I guess the biggest things I do, especially when we do out um, into sites. I mean, um, but then there's times when we're at sites and other people are saying there's stuff there and it's not. I hate to say that way, but I guess.
Yep. Well, there's a double-edged sword there now with that because yeah, you do have a lot of charlatans out there that fake it till they make it per se. But there's also the theory that people could be talking to spirit from different timelines and different layers,
Oh
and
my God, yes.
they don't always get the same messages. So how do we know if it's legit or not? You know,
Right.
that,
Well,
that's
you do know right away if it's legit or not. That's the thing. That's the
yeah,
tough part. People make it up though too much. And they also the other thing that I don't like is when mediums put too much onto it than what it really is. If there's if you're in this and you feel negative feeling, okay, what does negative feel like to you? That's what
right,
I always ask people. What does it feel like? Is it are you mad? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you depressed? Are you because that all feels the same.
right,
So which one is it?
yeah,
And
and you,
they don't know. Then I said, then you haven't worked with spirit enough to know what's really going on. Ask them more questions
yep,
because you can't say, "Oh, there's a demon here." No, it's not. You don't know the difference. I mean, by the way, with you and I being spiritualists, we know there's no demons.
correct.
There's no such thing.
There's negative, but that's the people when they transfer over. They haven't found that love, light, and peacefulness. At least that's the way I look at it. You
Yeah, I
keep
agree. That's it.
you keep the same attitude as you do in life. So like
Only till you cross over.
right. So like
Well,
me, I'm gonna stick around for a while, and all these guys out doing shows, I'm gonna go mess with them.
Exactly. That's what I
You
keep saying.
know, smack them around a little bit, play with their little toys, see what equipment's new, you know, run them out of a few locations. When I get my done fill of laughter, then I'll finish crossing over and then potentially come back and visit from time to time.
That's why I always call. I mean, that's why I've been trying to get this going for my whole career. Is the difference between ghosts and spirits.
Yeah.
Ghosts are here on Earth, like this guy here,
Yep.
here on Earth, and spirits are the ones that have crossed over.
Correct.
So if you're having any problems with anyone, or anybody's uh, causing issues or not saying things right or that stuff, that's a ghost.
Yep.
But a person of love and happiness and that's a spirit. And
Now,
most of the ones we go are spirits, not ghosts.
now, periodically, you'll have a few that'll come back to and will give a cranky or some sort of attribute so that you recognize who that person is, and then they melt back into that place of love.
Yeah,
Yep.
because if your dad was a total ass in life, then and he comes back and he says, "Oh, I love you," you're gonna go, "That's not my dad."
Right.
Yeah, he ain't never told me he loved me. I only met him that one time. What the hell?
Right, right. You know what I mean? So then you
Exactly.
go into it, and then so they'll give you stuff to show them that this is that person.
Yep. Yeah, I remember at one point in time I was I was out at an event, and all I could feel was like someone saying my back doing this. You know, and I'm like, all right, there's someone here that I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm feeling like there's this huge lady going doing one of these numbers, and the woman just kind of went completely white. She goes, "That's grandma."
Yep.
Straight up.
But here's the question for you. It's your show, and I'm gonna hit you up.
Go ahead.
Why did you say you didn't know where it was coming from?
What's that?
Why did you say I don't know where this is coming from?
What's that?
When you clearly,
Because I second guess myself a lot.
yeah, and we're gonna stop that once we start working together more. Just so
I
everybody
appreciate
knows, Rez has joined our team, so
Yes, I'm working with Mad City.
he works with the Mad City Ghostbusters too. But
Yeah.
I'll help you with that. I'll get you out of that mode because that's the thing we got to go out. We as healers, as mediums, as in the paranormal field, have to. We're the ones that need to give the answers,
Yep.
and the other people out there are looking for the answer. So let's give it to them. We know where it's coming from. We hear the voices.
Yep.
There is no doubt in my mind. You hear the voices. You know who it is. So
I
just
get
say it.
a voice.
I've been working with Gail on this for the longest time too. I keep telling Gail, just say it.
Biggest thing they give me is they imprint thoughts into my head.
There you go. That's great.
That's the biggest thing, Even if I give you a description of somebody, I didn't see it. They put it in my head that I did, though. Wasn't in my third eye, wasn't in my eyeballs.
Right.
But the thoughts are there as if I did.
Correct. That's the same thing.
Yep.
I can see physically. I hear, and then I get thoughts. So mine's are a little bit more defined, but that's the same thing. And that's the same thing that happens to Gail. She doesn't always see, but she knows.
Yeah, claircognizance is a bugger. Of all of the gifts, man, that one's a curse also, because it's just there. And it's so easy to second guess and to pick the wrong one. And I have to admit, I'm pretty worried about giving somebody a wrong answer because people really want an answer. And sometimes I really want to help them. But I feel awful if I send them off in the wrong direction.
Exactly. You always want to help to the best. And another thing with me is it's been amazing all the few years I've been public now with doing this and actually saying, yes, I've accepted the fact that I am a medium, because I hid that for a long time. I just say, oh, yeah, I feel things, or I'm an empath, or I'm sensitive, whatever. Looking back at the investigations I did with other teams that have actually made content from these investigations and all the things where you hit and you go, wow, I picked that up. Or when you sit and give someone a reading and using cards, and then they go through and go, you want to know how much you hit, and they'll go through every card and tell you exactly what you said and how it pertains to their life at the moment. Every time, it still blows my mind. Every time. Or if I quote someone and I'm talking to them and they ask me something, well, in theory, this is how it worked, not knowing where the information comes from. And it turns out to be correct. I'm still shocked every day about, the abilities that come through.
Okay, let's go to class here for both of you guys.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry. I just can't let this go, man. Okay. When we're attached to spirit and we get messages through them, we get their feelings. So to me, it's like, and see, this is where I have problems with NSAC too. By the way, Becky, you're going to have a great time in Lilydale. That's an amazing place. You're going to love it. But this is where I had my problems with NSAC, is the fact that not everything comes from the spirit. Even though in my readings I tell you that Grandpa's telling me, I'm getting other information. We are hooked up to what I call like the internet. We are hooked up to the spirit world. So other information comes from other spirits, other dimensions, other times, and it comes to us to give. So that's the biggest thing, is we have to give that messages when we get them because they match what we're doing.
Yep.
If we're not there forcing it, then the messages we're getting are right for us to give.
Yep.
See the difference?
Oh,
That's the biggest thing. And that's where we won't be wrong, is if you're truly listening to the spirit and giving what you're getting, then you won't be wrong.
Just got to trust.
Now,
Correct.
to be
That's
fair,
what it is.
Scotty, that took you a while to figure out too.
I agree. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm
He's
not
trying to fast track us here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you guys along, because that's the biggest thing. Like, oh, what the heck,
Well,
I mean, I always still have it. I had it at first too. I always didn't want to be wrong. But then again, I said to myself, and Spirit told me, if you listen to us, you're not going to be wrong. If
yes,
you
Right.
if you make up the shit, then you're going to be wrong.
tell them the teddy bear story.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh.
So we were in church, and we were doing with all other mediums. They were all spiritualists. That's what we are. Anyway,
Yep.
I went there, and our pastor says, I said, your dad's here. And she goes, yeah, everybody knows my dad died. She goes, give me something my dad never said before. I said, okay. So I got right away, I got a teddy bear. And I told her teddy bear. And then I said, from Valentine's Day. And then she said, bullshit. And I said, what? She goes, bullshit. She goes, what did you truly hear? And I said, teddy bear. She goes, you should have stopped there. And the reason why, her dad was a truck driver, and every time he'd come back from a long haul, he'd bring her a teddy bear. And he hasn't talked to her in a while, so it's a long haul, so he brought a teddy bear. Valentine's Day was my interpretation of what was going on. And that was the bullshit.
Don't interpret it. That's the one thing.
Don't interpret. Don't add your stuff to it. Just tell them what you get from spirit.
Right. So in a reading, it's not for us to understand what's going on.
Exactly.
It's more of a matter of what they understand. I got hijacked at a Paracon one time at a Death Cafe. I really only stopped by for the candy, but I got trapped. But in any case, I tried to stay quiet because of my gifts, and they were just talking about all sorts of things. But finally, I got cornered with a question, and I came out that I was a reluctant psychic medium, which Scotty hates when I say that. But nonetheless, at that point, I really was. So somebody clear across the room goes, all right, I'll bite. Who's with me? And I'm thinking, dude, that was so not fair. Because first off, you got a room full of people. Secondly, you got all sorts of people behind too. And I'm like, well, okay, Grandpa, but we're not hijacking this. It needs to go back. But right after I gave it back to the speaker, all I kept hearing was yes, 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 yes. And I'm like, what the hell is yes all about? But I knew at the end I needed to like track him down and just say, look, I know it's Grandpa. I got yes. I don't know. Have you been like contemplating something? And he starts cracking up because he really was thinking about doing a career move. And that's what he needed to hear. And I'm like, well, that's cool. And so there's a couple
Right.
other things that I hit too, but I had no idea why to tell this poor man yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You know, and that's the one thing that we always, you know, that's where it comes in where our second guess, oh, yeah, I don't make no sense. I don't know. And you blurt it out anyways.
Mm.
You know, that's my biggest thing. A lot of times I'll bite my tongue and I'll be like, man, I should have said something. Yeah.
Stop.
It happens.
No, it's not going to happen
So-
anymore after we start working. It's not going to happen anymore. Trust me.
Okay, I'm going to be a pain in the butt, and Scotty knows that I'm good at this.
She's still a pain in the butt because she still questions me all the time. I'm like, stop. God sakes, woman.
All right, he terrorizes me, but that's another story.
I
completely.
do, but that's
I can see
I
that.
want the best for you.
Yeah, you and your darn dolphin. Any rate.
No, so this is her. Okay, since
Hold
you
on.
brought it up, I'm bringing it up in the show.
Oh, dolphin here. What's up with a dolphin?
So
I was going to buy me a darn sweatshirt with a dolphin.
I am going to get you one from your Santa Dells, big dolphin.
I can make one on my t-shirt site.
Anyway, so she always made up the fact that she can't hear spirit and blah blah blah. I can't do this. Blah blah blah. I'm bad. Blah 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 blah. Okay, and she goes every time spirit tries to talk to me, it sounds like I'm listening to a dolphin. I'm like, oh, dolphin, my butt. It's you're just not clarifying yourself, you know. And so then later on, she finds out one of her spirit animals is a dolphin. Huh?
Yeah, I actually called him one day, and I'm like, you son of a sea biscuit, I hate you, and I'm so pissed off at you. I'm never speaking to you ever again. Click. I hang up the phone. And so then he calls me later on, and it's like nothing happens. Like, hey, how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, sure. You're just going to gloss over the fact I'm not talking to you. Oh, yeah. Why are you mad? I'm like, dolphin. Like, how long are you going to let me ride, without knowing that dolphin is a spirit animal? Jerk. Like, sheesh.
Because it's not my job to introduce you to your animals and your guys. That's your job.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
just
know
your
who's
job
there.
to terrorize me. Yeesh.
I will always do. Jenny's in the chat. She knows
I'm making you a
everything.
shirt. It's on now.
Oh, man.
I terrorize everybody. That's my job. So
that sounds fun to me. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Me and the Rez got you, baby.
Yeah. Well, I did do 2 walkthroughs today at 2 unknown locations. And one of them might be picking up as a property manager or buying out outright.
Nice.
So if I do, I'll have to bring you up, Scotty, see what you grab.
Sounds great.
It left my head spinning the entire time.
I'll
from
be there
the time
anytime
I walked
you need
in
me,
to the
baby.
time I walked out. It just pulled in too many different directions. Too many.
So I'm going to go back to the points I was trying to make before we got totally derailed.
See, someone's on the track here,
Well,
good thing you brought her on, Scotty.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, huh?
We'd be all way off in left field by now.
And you're trying to derail again.
What?
Yeah, don't act innocent.
Huh?
Anyway, Rez, you said every once in a while you don't speak up. Sometimes it's good not to because they're not ready to hear the message either. So it's like Scotty refuses to walk into like Walmart and walk up to people going, by the way, Grandpa's following you around and he says don't buy those cookies. So he doesn't want to do that, and that's kind of on that same mode. Like, people don't need to be ambushed, and sometimes they're just not ready for whatever message is rolling through.
That's
true. But if they sit down with you, then
that's a different story.
Game's off.
Exactly.
Yeah. I won't do it. I mean, even Teresa, when she does her stuff, all the people in the grocery store she walks in sign waivers that said that they'll be happy to get readings.
Yeah. They're
So
not ambushed, even though
they're not
it looks
ambushed,
like
really.
it.
You know what they mean? They're into the point. And then the people that don't sign are the ones that are blurred out in the show.
Yep.
So, I mean, I was at Wisconsin Dells. We were in line at Mount Olympus for go-karts. And I kept getting this spirit coming up to me, go, that's my cousin. You got to tell him I'm here. And I said, well, you go tell your cousin that you're here. And then when he comes to me, I will translate for you. He goes, no, I can't do that. I said, well, you came to me, go to him. He ain't going to listen to me. I said, well, too bad. By the way, that's a spirit I'm talking to. Anyway, so he kept walking by because I didn't know where his cousin was in the healing, in the thoughts, in his
Right.
life. Like, and he's out with his family, and I'm out with my family. Why should I take up my time and do that? Oh, hi, Courtney. I'll be in the Dells tomorrow night. We're going out to come join me tomorrow night sometime. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll be out in the Dells at Hoo-Ha tomorrow night for my son's birthday.
Oh, nice.
So anyway, but I don't know where people are going to be in their healing in their life. You know, I don't want to get punched out either because somebody gets mad and punches you out. You know, I don't know. So I don't do it. But
it's
the
kind
moment
of
you open to me is the moment you're in trouble because it's coming.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I feel the same way.
to solve that particular problem about approaching people, he just decided to create the family vehicle into an ecto and drive it around and like cause a little bit of a stir.
Yep.
Now
Like
everybody
a
comes
pencil.
up to me right away and talks
Yeah.
to me. So,
Yep.
and the moment they start talking to me, the moment it comes
That
at
door's
work,
open.
everywhere, it's like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
Yep. Yeah, I know I've walked up to the old Ectomobile a few times. I've checked you out at the different cons before we actually had a chance to talk.
Yep.
You know.
But see, so I mean, I'm happy to talk with you once you engage me.
Definitely. You know, that's I usually try to describe things like, well, when I'm doing my normal 9 to 5 stuff, I switch off. I try to ignore everything because I'm not there as a medium. Now, if it's something you come to me and you got a problem, and I start getting messages from someone else, then I'll say, listen, this is what I'm getting. This is how I feel. Now I'll go into it. But normally, when you're surrounded by a couple hundred people and you're actually doing your 9 to 5, if I was to sit and listen to everything or contemplate every thought that was pushed into my head, I'd never get any work done.
Right. But then I turn them off too, because like right now, um, Hogan's Heroes is on, and that's my time at night where I shut off, and I don't
Yep.
let spirit. And most of the time, I don't even let friends and stuff talk too much at 9 o'clock, because I got to have a time during the day when I just wind down and just enough of the day, you know. But I let spirit come to me at 8 o'clock in the morning again, and But yes, I did marry Jenny and her husband.
So you are an ordained minister too, huh?
I am, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. See, I went and got ordained so I could actually do marriages at 100 locations.
Well, that's cool.
I think that'd be an awesome thing to do. If I was ever to get married again, especially if I chose someone that was into the paranormal, I'd definitely have it at a location.
We had it in
right
a
up my
very nice
alley.
church. Jenny had a very nice church. We had a very good day. It was a beautiful day, so it was really nice. So that was a great wedding.
Very cool. Very cool. How long is this hour show? Yeah. Yep, it's an hour long. So now, let's see, we're about 46 minutes in. So
Hi,
if you're
Barb.
counting, Greg, you still got about 15 minutes left. Hey, Barb. About 3%. Okay, Courtney. That's a good one.
Hey, Andy. Yeah, it's half past
past
Hogan Girls. It sure is, Andy.
Yeah.
So, Andy, by the way, Andy was my first Gail.
Okay.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
So
But
you're
Gail's my
Andy
second Andy.
2.0?
I guess I was always introduced as his Greta.
This is
Yeah.
Greta. Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know about Greta and what's the backstory
Chip
on that one.
Coffee's handler.
Oh, okay. Well, when I get big and famous like you, am I gonna have a handler? Someone to keep me reeled in?
Yeah, one of these.
Yeah. Again, quit threatening me with a good time. I like it rough.
We are gonna have a good time, man. So
I need
Oh,
more bail
definitely.
money. Sorry.
yeah, you're gonna need a lot more.
Yeah.
The two of us. So
If I ever say hold my drink, have bail money and your camera out to film it.
Okay.
Warning you. I'd say hold my drink. That's
Scotty,
keyword
we
right
have to
there.
find a lawyer for the team now too. Sorry.
yeah, I have lawyers we can get. So
I
Okay.
might have someone that's retiring soon that can handle that. She's an awfully powerful one, but she can't do public work yet.
Jenny said it too.
Yeah. So, have you had any moments that were like almost the oh shit moment where everything happened and you're like, what the hell am I doing?
No,
When it comes to the paranormal, no.
no, I've always been, even through my crap. I mean, and my learning and stuff and my growth, I've never been not in charge and not in control.
Yeah.
Never have. I've had some weird experiences, yes, where I've had some spirits that weren't always the best. Like I did Fox Hollow Farms.
Okay.
That's the one in Indiana,
Don't know nothing about that one.
Indianapolis.
Oof.
That's with a serial killer.
Okay.
That was one of the first two mediums brought onto site. And he was still there, and he's still keeping some of the guys he killed there, their spirits. I was trying to get them all out. But yes, it was tough. That was probably my toughest case I ever been on. It was just that you couldn't get everything done in one night.
I'm a firm believer that when we go out and do these investigations, we should be there more than a night. Whether it's a home or if it's a location, you're not going to get everything in a few hours. You're not going to get all the answers.
Unless you do. There's some nights when I've gone into locations, it's like they like Tim said one night. He goes, "Now don't say anything, don't do anything. We got to investigate here most of the night." Okay. Within an hour, I'm sitting back going, "Oh." He goes, "You got this solved already?" I said, "Yes, I do." And then we went at it, and we were done that night. It was a guy that was not able to sleep in his house, and he woke up and saw somebody over him like this, going to choke him, and he found out that. So he couldn't sleep. He brought his church in to, exercise all those spirits out and all the. So I ended up telling him. I said, something. That's your dad, by the way. You were choking in your sleep, and your dad was there trying to wake you up.
Yep.
It wasn't him choking you; it was him waking you up so you wouldn't choke to death. And then after that, and then I said, and the person turning off the light, that's your grandma, because she keeps saying that you need the lights off because they shouldn't stay on all night with you, because she was from the Depression and she hates the lights off. So I agree with you, Ed. I would love to.
I've done some work with Ed's team. Great crew he's got there.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd be happy to anytime.
Yep, I was actually, we were down at the.
But anyway, so we were able to solve it then, and then I told him how to talk to his dad, and he would talk to his dad every morning then, and everything was fine. He's been able, nothing's bad happened in his house since. So you look at it like, well, So sometimes you can solve it, sometimes you can't.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
So what about you, Gail, now? Have you
I
had your
have to
old crap
admit,
moment?
normally, okay. So if
I
I'm
gotta try to find my charger, otherwise I'll be gone.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
You only got about 10 minutes left to go. So
I know, but I don't have the charger for that long.
yes,
All right.
Secret Courthouse.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
as he's making his,
There, I'm coming. I'm back.
All right.
oh, Scotty.
Take
So
two.
a lot of times I'm investigating with Scotty, and when I'm with him, it's less investigation and more spotting Scotty for when he does the full channel. And so I have to work with his team on the other side in order to keep his body safe while he's doing the whole channeling thing. And so there's a couple of times I'm like, okay, not really sure what I'm doing here, but following everybody's lead and we'll get you there. But on my own, and I've got to stand on my own 2 feet, and sometimes I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the ones that I'm with, depending upon who I'm investigating with. That's probably when I'm at the most efficient, because I am from little up. I've been a stage manager, and so it's a matter of like when shit hits the fan, what do you do? You know, like
Yep.
how to keep the show running, how to keep everyone safe, blah blah blah. And so I just trust my instincts, which yes, I know that is spirit talking to me. Scotty, stop staring at the ceiling. You know. Any rate, so that's normally when I just handle it. And I know that I've been in situations where I've had some pretty grumpy gusses out there that want to do harm. I'm not going to say they're demons. They were just idiots in real life that are holding on to it on the other side, where
Yep.
you call on the team and you just take care of what you've got to take care of while you're there. And then later on, that's when you're talking to everybody about what happened. Then it's the holy hell, what was that all about? You know?
Right.
But during the time that it's happening, that's the time that I think I'm doing my best, because I get out of my way and I listen to what I need to do from this side to help the other side. Stop it, Scotty. I toss you Kleenex if we were in the same room, but see,
I
yeah,
ain't got nothing to throw at the computer.
Scotty cannot do a reading without making people cry. So it's about time he cries too. My turn. Haha.
I'll test that theory.
Okay, bring it on.
You know, we get off the air. We'll test that theory.
Bring it on, baby.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I bet it is a full-time job babysitting him.
It is.
I liken it to putting a marble on a very uneven surfaced floor, because you set it down and all of a sudden it like wanders off over there, and then it wanders off over to there, and it's always stuck in a corner someplace. Yeah.
Yeah,
Always jabbing at people.
that sounds eerily familiar. Oh, definitely. So, do you have any events that are booked for this year coming up already?
Yeah, on the 21st, we're doing Ghost Camp at the Old Baraboo Inn. So everybody come up February 21st. That's coming up already. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. That's the 21st. And then we'll be in on the 24th of April. We're going to be in Michigan at Tim's Potograph event.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two relatively new ones here. So,
And
yeah,
then beginning of June, another Potograph at Palmer House.
Yep.
Okay.
We got a lot more, so come see us. But coming up soon, 2 weeks, is going to be Ghost Camp. Come join us that night. That's going to be fun. Gail's not going to be there. Andy, who's my first one, is going to be there that night helping me. So.
Yep. He's bringing the first string.
Handler 1.0.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The first one, yes.
Well, Andy had the most memorable event with you at OBI. So I haven't been able to top that one for the entire time.
That one, we actually had activity on all 3 floors at the same time. when we were trying to get a spirit to cross over.
Okay.
And I just wasn't in my best shape that night, and they were trying to hold me up because I just had neck surgery. And so, but that was when BC was still there.
Okay.
So it was BC, Andy, and I in the basement, crossing the spirit over. It was another whole group in the bar area, and there was a whole another group upstairs with another medium going on at the same time. And we had activity all happening at the same time when the spirit crossed over.
Interesting.
It was crazy. Ask Shelly sometimes. She'll tell you the story. It's amazing. So
That was on one of the international paranormal nights, wasn't it?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Very cool. So now, if people are looking to get in touch with you for any of your services or any of your teachings or reading, how do they go about? How do they find you?
Well, my name is Scotty Rourke. Just look it up, and it's got like 80 pages on Google. If you can't find me, then something's wrong.
Do you have a website or anything to go to?
Oh, yeah. Scotty Rourke right there. Otherwise, you go to Port Oracle to find Gail.
Okay.
That's true.
Let's see what's such an incredible individual.
Jamie, I miss you so much. I gotta get my hair done.
We love you, Jamie.
Get my hair done, Jamie. She always braids it for me.
I braid hair.
Do you?
Braid my own every day.
No, we go right there.
See, my problem is I need someone to shave my sides and my back. I never have time to make it to the barber shop. So
Okay.
I'll braid your hair if you can cut mine.
All right, deal.
All right. So
I've been sourced out. Okay.
You don't braid my hair. You can. I don't mind it. I like my hair.
well, the native side of things, if you braid my hair, we're either fighting or doing the other F word. So be careful.
Oh, okay. I'll do both. I don't care.
This team just got very interesting.
You could probably do both of them at the same time.
That'd make an interesting video, I think.
Yeah.
Probably go viral.
No, it would.
As long as it's not virus. But okay.
As long as you ain't got nothing Ajax can't wash off.
Right, exactly.
All right, Jamie's got us.
That's funny.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about last few minutes of the show?
No, thanks for having us, and thanks for being part of our team. And I can't wait to start working together. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
We got some places to go that I've been promising the team, and I haven't taken them there in years. So, but things are a little bit better for me now than what they were. So.
I see. Yes, I do want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks for tuning in tonight on your Tuesday night. Hopefully, at the bare minimum, if you didn't learn anything, hopefully we entertained you. All right. And for all those out there, remember, please say prayers for little Wyatt. He's going to need all the help he can get from all of us, putting that positive energy and that healing energy towards his ways. So if there's nothing else anybody else would like to say, I'd like to tell you all, get out there, live your dreams today, because life's too short to dream it away. Thank you, and have a great night, everyone.
Bye-bye.